The Border Management Authority is stepping up security and tightening controls at South Africa's 71 ports of entry as the festive season travel rush gets underway. Anticipating a significant surge in activity, the BMA is preparing to handle increased traffic from holidaymakers traveling domestically and abroad. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali is joining us now live ahead of this press briefing. Veronica, so we heard last year with the festive season rush that around 5 million people were being processed, either leaving or coming back into the country. I wonder if that is the same anticipation that could happen this year around.
Well, Algin, we know that, of course, when it comes to the festive season, it's always a mammoth task in regards to processing travellers and holidaymakers and some of those visitors coming in and out of South Africa. In fact, the Border Management Authority says since the COVID era, we've seen an uptick of about 198% increase in terms of travel at the 71 ports of entry into the country. And so the BMA is indeed going to bolster all its measures to make sure that there is that seamless travel coming in and out of South Africa. We know that the festive season operation will officially begin from the 10th of December up until the 15th of January. And part of this operation will include putting those resources, Aldrin, at some of those historically problematic ports of entry. You're looking at places such as Beitbridge as well, where we know congestion is a serious issue in regards to that. And so today at 10 o'clock, we are hearing from the authority itself on some of those measures that they will be putting in, because we know security is a problem, but so is that increase, that influx of travellers, trucks as well, but also those details that are often needed for travellers when they're coming into the country, those specific documentation that is needed, and some of the information that the BMA will be disclosing today. And hopefully we'll also be able to get a sense of just the figures that they are anticipating, especially given the fact, Aldrin, that we know that the BMA, and this was announced by the Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber earlier this year, where he said it is significantly under-resourced and understaffed. So a mammoth task ahead.
A mammoth task ahead. And just a quick one before we let you go, Veronica, is this issue around Mozambique. We've seen the political instability post the elections. And I wonder whether this is something, once again, that would be the focus of this particular press briefing, considering the decision, unprecedented decision at that was taken to close down that Limbombo border post and then reopening it and then closing it down again, and the impact that has had on logistics.
Absolutely, certainly. You know, Aldrin, the conversation that we're having now in regards to the festive season is happening against the backdrop of some of those sporadic, fresh protests that we continue to see in Mozambique. And so there still is that uncertainty hanging over that SADC region, specifically that Mozambican border. We know it is, without a doubt, a holiday destination in regards to the festive season. We know a lot of South Africans using the Makhoali Bay border post as well as the Limbombo to get into Mozambique to enjoy the holidays, especially around New Year's Day. We know that it's an often huge travel destination for South Africans, but that uncertainty, that political uncertainty still happening in Mozambique does definitely pose quite a task for the BMA. We know that they have extended some of the operating hours around those border posts, but we know specifically for now that Makhoali Bay is among those that have not extended the operating hours due to the fact that the Mozambican side themselves said they don't have the resources to allow that. So we'll also try and pose that question to the Border Management Authority to say how ready are they for what still seems to be a bit of uncertainty in our neighboring country.